Oh, so much to do. What's that song? All-Star? The Shrek song? Nah, you're good. I was gonna sit there and wait there, and you got a Firm and Chris there. What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy opening fucking day. It is a beautiful Thursday, March 30th, as the Yankees and Giants are about to kickstart the 2023 MLB season. You're listening to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. If you are watching on YouTube, drop a like and a comment down below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you are a loyal Apple Podcast or Spotify listener, do us a big favor, give us those ratings. They really do help us go a long, long way. We have a goddamn banger for you today. Plenty of drama to get through. So many side pieces. This is our favorite part about just rattling off these things. I still got to work on getting that fucking ticker on here. Remember the PTI ticker?
Fire.
And then we got a lot of drama we'll get through in a little bit here. Final Four, obviously opening day, some NBA stuff, plenty to cover. Let's get into it. Okay, so numero uno, I should say, is once again happy opening day. Phillies fans, we're outside Philadelphia, so everyone's excited for today's matchup. Obviously, it's not the home opener in Texas. Jacob deGrom, Aaron Nola. Super excited to get the reigning NL champs back in action, especially all those Phillies that had that tremendous World Baseball Classic. Good for the Yankees, too. And I have my future bet, obviously Yankees to win the World Series. Took Orioles over and wins. I believe it was 83.5. I'm not mistaken there.
The Orioles over and wins. That's a good bet.
Yeah. And then just little stuff today is like home run bets. But talk to me about the what was the home run strategy?
Not the home run strategy, but we're taking way more underdogs this year. You got to. There's just gonna be I don't know how many games are today opening day, but there's
15.
I think there's at least 4 or 5 underdogs that are touching that plus 200 mark, and plenty that are just almost right under that. You have to be exposing yourself to the value. And with the home runs you were saying, I was just saying just fuck around more home run parlays. You have to. The one that's in Kenny's Discord, it's 50 cents to win $60. Why are you not taking 2 of those a day? And just saying fuck it. One of these eventually, you can't. Don't overexpose yourself. Don't be putting $10, $5, even $3 on these every day. If you don't have, at least me, I don't have the home run knowledge. I didn't do this the last 2 seasons, so I'm gonna start real slow. Try to hit these dollar to win 80s and shit like that, and see what you can do. You know what I mean? You could probably because you could really flip some change. And if you're kind of like me and you kind of just take money lines and over unders, although you are making money long term, you're profiting. You probably are missing out on some of them nasty flips and the sweats that we all love. So
right. Well, and you get if you bet on all dogs and shit like that, you just need one to get back.
Not all dogs though.
Right, no, but in a sense
I
that. I
can't do that. But
no,
just
but
more dogs. You know what I'm saying?
When you get that, you get one favorite or so. There's Volpe running out. Look at him wearing Brett Gardner's number.
I think I have 3 dogs and 3 favorites today, and a team total.
Also, I do need to say this for the people watching on YouTube. I know the combination of this light blue doesn't really go well with the Yankees jersey.
It doesn't at all.
But this is a spring training shirt, and I was there, and it's everybody in the Grapefruit League on the back of the shirt. So nobody get on my ass for that.
Your girl is probably.
It's what?
You said your girl is probably.
Okay, so we don't want to touch too much on opening day. Just happy to have baseball back. I am going next week, Yankees, Phillies. Cannot wait to be back up there again. Looks like a great atmosphere. Welcome back to baseball. It should be a fucking
Stadium.
holiday. It really should be a holiday.
I miss Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, we're gonna be back up there. Seamus actually texted me today, and he goes, "So Billy's before?" I'm like, "He gets it. He gets it."
My honey was at Billy's.
Damn straight. Oh my god.
I miss her, man.
One of these times, bro, we're gonna have to just do an unfiltered pod and tell some of those fucking stories.
No, we can do that whenever, bro.
We should do that whenever. Give some people some. Then some people can have the drama on us. Anyway, okay, so let's get into the drama here. It's gonna be kind of rapid fire on all this random stuff going on. Let's start over with the NFL. Giants co-owner John Mara on Coach Brian Daboll. This is tweeted from around the NFL. His quote was, "Right now, he's Bono walking around New York City. But it doesn't take long to go from Bono to Bozo." First of all, that's just such a fucking dig for the coach of the year.
I don't think it was sick. I think
it bro. Bro, I I swear,
I
guys.
don't think he was serious, bro.
I swear, guys. Hey, he'll send me this shit just to piss me off because that shit got me.
I hope he wasn't serious. I hope, but hey, can you blame him? I mean, Joe Judge, great 1 year or cool 1 year. There was optimism from 1 year. I mean, we just saw what happened to Julius Randle. Great 1 year, hella optimism. I mean, shit.
We can't be.
We'll see.
We can't be saying this to the coach of the
There's
year.
the most optimism with Dable, but I don't think he was serious. I don't think he was serious. I hope not.
I hope not. I mean,
some people were actually pressed. Like I was looking in the comments and shit. There was Giants fans that were pressed. Like, I don't know. I don't think he was serious.
John Mara also had plenty of other things to say.
I didn't hear that. We should have got the sound bite and played it. That'd probably been good to hear the context if he was actually like a little chuckle in there or something. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, maybe if there's a video of him saying it, we can find
That's crazy as fuck though. What if David was just on the beach like, wife was like, you saw this shit?
Well, so did you hear some
drinking
funny
a beer?
thing?
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Did you see that?
What, he did crack a beer in a meeting or some shit?
At 11:32 a.m. A tall boy course like, fucking awesome.
Let's talk football,
That's
motherfucker.
my coach.
Let's talk football, motherfucker.
My coach.
Did he have a lip in? Like I
hope so.
We're finding out the good shit about Dable.
He's FaceTiming players too. And like being
this ain't good. I don't like hearing this. The Giants could be all right. I don't like hearing this. This is like a good culture.
In a good way.
They're building like a good culture and shit.
Hell yeah. He's
cracking beers at 11:30. They're FaceTime players. I want to play over there.
And he's like, asking how like the summer's going. He's like, oh yeah, keep it up. Like, can't wait to see you. See you soon. And I'm like, that's just cool. You're just going around like giving the respect to the players.
That's a football coach.
And that's something that I know. Like I'm just a Joe Judge hater, but like I was at the beginning. I liked him. Just like you have to. That's one thing that motherfucker would never have done. Never. I bet you Sirianni probably does that same shit, bro. He loves his guys.
Yep. When Jason Kelce resigned, you see him and Howard.
Oh, yeah, he did a shot, bro.
Double shots. Them Jones was big.
Like, that's crazy. And we love to see that. More news here from ESPN's Giants reporter Jordan Rand. A new playing surface has been installed at MetLife Stadium. The Giants and Jets will now play on a field turf core system. Listen to this, which is the first multi-layered dual polymer monofilament fiber. The heavyweight infield design is supposed to deliver a, quote, lower incidence of total injuries. Can we just clap it up for that? We might not see some more injuries at MetLife.
Less ACLs being torn.
I'll tell you what, the one advocate of this was Odell Beckham Jr. seeing Sterling Shepard go down. And obviously, Odell had major problems with that field. And now we're seeing that the Jets are targeting him. Well, this might have been that moment where they said, hey, we can fix the field for you. Why don't you come over to the Jets and not the Giants?
Thank God. Man.
Good stuff there. More NFL stuff before we head to the NBA. Obviously, there's a lot of news there with Austin Reeves and what's going on there. But we want to get into the Thursday night stuff here. A lot of players, including John Mara, were involved in weighing in on their thoughts on the Thursday night games, with Justin Reed tweeting that multiple Thursday night games will be terrible for player safety. If fans want to see a better product on Thursday nights, forcing beat-up players to get suited up for a surprise Thursday night game with no time to really game plan for it is just not the way to do it. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, they voted one of the rules, and I believe it was that teams can play 2 Thursday night football games a year. And they're trying to get that flex rule voted in, which I think is as crazy. Like, profits over players. We see it time and time again. I mean, guys were already getting, a lot of guys were already, I mean, first of all, these Thursday night football games suck. So what they're trying to do is, with this new teams can play 2 Thursday night football games, and the flex rule that they're trying to implement is they're trying to make all these Thursday night football games popping, because obviously people have been talking about it for 2 years, 3 years. These Thursday night football games suck.
Right.
Problem is, guys get hurt. It's a short week, and people, I mean, it can't be that hard to understand how hard a short week is. I played literally one short week in college. It was a Friday night. And usually play on Saturdays in college. It was one day, and that shit was just so much different. And there's time, like the soreness to wear off and shit. And like that was the first game of the season coming off of 2-a-days, like just dealing with a short week. So these guys in season coming off probably a grueling division game or something like that. OT game, God forbid. Then you got to go play on Thursday.
And it might be a away game. We got to travel.
You got to do that shit twice, bro. That shit is ass. Like, I can't see any player being on board with that shit.
Yeah,
no coach. Like, I don't know. I think you're probably going to see more injuries. And the fact they want to showcase these better teams. So you mean you want to jeopardize guys like Hurts, Mahomes, Burrow, these guys twice a year? Like, what the fuck on a short week? I'm not fucking with that personally. I hope they don't vote the flex rule. I think they did vote the rule that everyone has to play 2 Thursday night football games, or they can, something like that. Because I think they can play 2 Thursday games, because they're not going to want the shitty teams to play twice. Let's keep it a buck. Sorry. you know what I mean, Houston.
Well, just like,
everybody
yeah,
else.
like
But
we had like
that flex rule, I hope doesn't get voted through because if they can just pick and choose and switch a team from playing on a Sunday afternoon and make them play on a Thursday night now out of nowhere in the middle of the season, like without any pre-planning. First of all, we still only have one bye week. There's not 2 bye weeks.
Right.
Like, I think that'd be bullshit in my opinion.
Yeah, and I know, like, you know, late in the season we saw the flexing. Like, remember the Giants got the flex to the Sunday night game when that was supposed to be a day game. I guess, I mean, that's still fine, but you can flex those, but just be careful about the Thursday one.
Yeah, like I just think we are just opening ourselves up to see a lot more injuries and people just getting more wear and tear throughout the season. Like it's tough on the players, man.
Okay, as I said, John Mara weighing in, and this is what I will agree with here, just because the first thing he said I didn't like. John Mara said that his quote was that he's adamantly opposed to flexible scheduling of Thursday Night Football and calls it, quote, abusive to season ticket holders. And his quote again, at some point, can we please give some consideration to the people who are coming to these games? His vote didn't pass. That was from Pat Leonard on Twitter. I do agree with that as well, and that's basically everything that you had just stated there as well. We obviously had some more players weighing in on this as well.
About the fucking season ticket holders. My fault, y'all. That is drawing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. JJ Watt also weighing in, and this is the big part that I wanted to get into. Flexing games, this was his tweet. Flexing games from Sunday to Thursday is a terrible idea for 2 main reasons. Number 1, player safety. You can't make this decision and also preach that player safety is a priority. And number 2, fans. People spending hard-earned money to see their team play. Who's paying to change their plans? Damn fucking straight.
Facts.
That's like 2 of the big things, of the big moments there that made a lot of sense in the outcome of what Thursday Night Football games will look like for this NFL season. Let's keep it with the NFL. Lamar Jackson, we saw the big news this week that, I mean, I guess, was that really big news or?
Yeah. What was the big news? It's Lamar fucking Jackson.
But we kind of...
He's walking out of our building. What the fuck?
We kind of had an idea of that, though, didn't we?
Yeah, but Jesus, I thought woo.
And even with him doing that, right? Like with his contract now, teams also had the right to still go after him.
Yes.
So like, and he was like, it was rumored, you know, Adam Schefter was with, I believe he was with Pardon My Take from Barstool and was saying that like, there's a possibility that he's going to Washington. So that we had an idea that he was probably going. So that's why I was like, okay. Like,
no, absolutely. Just when the news broke, it's just like, damn, here it is. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
his
why.
Tweets and shit.
And yeah, he had his big tweet. Part of that big tweet was, you know, as of March 2nd, he requested a trade from the Ravens, which, again, now we're towards the end of the month here, so we heard this earlier this week. He obviously thanked Baltimore. I'll continue to be close to my fans of Baltimore, Flock Nation, and the entire state of Maryland. You'll see me again.
I mean, it's funny. He had another part of that tweet. I don't know if you had it in there, where he was talking about his PCL situation and about how he wasn't like he's not going to play on a hurt PCL.
Right.
Like that's not. I mean, it is selfish because if you want to play for stats or to increase your value or something on a hurt leg, like you get hurt again, you're just fucking your whole team over and fucking everyone else over. But also, like, doesn't even like you could just fuck your whole career over. Like, why would we like who? If anyone's questioning him for playing on his PC or not playing on his PCL, I think that's fucking crazy. I mean, in terms of the contract and shit, and obviously Deshaun Watson's deal did absolutely just fuck up the market and everything that's going on. And Kyler Murray's, in my opinion, even though I'm a Kyler Murray guy, but I don't think he's worth that, just to keep it a buck, or at least proven that so far. But got to keep the facts. Lamar has missed 12 games in 2 years. And any mobile quarterback that misses 12 games in 2 years, I mean, if Jalen Hurts did it, even if Daniel Jones did it in his contract situation, there would be a lot of question marks. And the kind of money that he wants, I can understand why they're hesitant. But it's Lamar fucking Jackson. This guy just won an MVP unanimously. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I would have a hard time just not trying to find a way to get this guy to bread, especially after we got rid of Greg Roman. I think a lot of the reasons why this offense got a little stale and it wasn't a lot of more flashes was as much as it was in his MVP season because people caught on to that offense. You know, I think if you look at the way Louisville was ran, and obviously it's college, but It was a way more spread offense. Lamar was you're also able to run the read options and shit off that because you're in the shotgun and Lamar can still do his thing. But it was way more spread out. He's throwing the ball way more. He threw 57 touchdowns in 2 years in college, so it's not like he can't do it. Like I thought if they reworked the offense, maybe grab another decent receiver next to Rashad Bateman, they could have worked it out. But that is a lot of money to risk a guy who has missed 12 games in 2 years. But me personally, It's Lamar fucking Jackson. I'm giving him that bag.
You can
8's different, bro. I'm not no qual. What do you want? You want 250 guaranteed? Sure. Let's
That's
just
what I was
bite the
gonna
bullet.
say with the guaranteed shit. You can also
Or whatever guarantee, whatever. You know what I mean? We could work something out.
You can understand that though. You can understand why, going back to the PCL and the injuries, you can understand why he wants that, fully guaranteed.
The way he plays.
You
feel me?
He wants the guarantee.
That's where the disconnect is.
And that's, they don't want to give that guarantee. So I can totally understand that. Where, you should get the guarantee for, you see guys like Kyler Murray getting guarantees. You see Danny Jones is getting his guarantees. And this creates the question for, back to, the point about Deshaun Watson, this creates the question for these younger guys that are going to be signing their big deals as well. Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts. When you see a guy like Daniel Jones who's getting $40 million a year, well, what the fuck? If I'm Jalen Hurts, I have to be asking for more. So if I'm Jalen Hurts, if I'm the fucking Eagles, we have to prepare to give this man $50 a year.
You never know, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
people want their bag, and I can't tell them they can't get it.
Like, if Daniel Jones is getting 40, then Jalen Hurts can't get 40. Jalen Hurts has to get more than 40. That's just how these contracts are going. That's my personal opinion.
I just like,
and I'm a Giants fan.
I think that boy Lamar is a demon. I'm high on Lamar.
Oh yeah.
I personally think Lamar. Obviously, people are gonna have a lot of problems with what I'm gonna say right here because of the season that Jalen Hurts just had. But I don't think Lamar and Jalen Hurts are too far apart. Either direction, whoever you want to choose, either or.
Right.
I don't think they're too far apart from each other, me personally. I think Lamar had his year where it was absolutely insane. I think Jalen just had his year that was absolutely insane. And we'll see how they both carry on. But I have no problem handing Lamar the Brinks truck and telling him, what do you want? Let's run our offense through you. Let's spread it out a little more. Let's give you some weapons. What do you think the guy can, what do you think he can't do with two decent receivers and a good tight end and good running game? You think he can't? If we're not, this guy can run a spread off. Like, you don't think you can't figure out a spread offense if you give him a contract and run it for the next 5 years? You think he can't figure it out and be okay? He threw for 57 touchdowns in college. I know it was college, but it's not like the film's not there, even in the pros.
Right. Well, even
you're running a damn triple option. You only get so many decent passing. Their passing offense was so bad. That was one of the biggest things about the Ravens this year. How bad their passing offense, from their route tree to their designs to when they called certain plays. It was so bad. Like, you're not even getting good reps in through your whole career in the pass game in the NFL anyway. Like, I don't know. So I guess change will be good for Mar. I think they're going to regret letting go of me personally.
Well, you also saw the other players that weighed in on that too. Honey Badger is one of those guys on Twitter saying that this man got hurt twice inside the pocket. I've never seen anyone tackle him with a heavy hit in space. His game is special and rare. I've never seen this guy take a hit when running and not get up immediately. Quote, or parentheses there, he owns a mean stiff arm. When he hurt himself, it was inside the pocket.
Facts.
So just, this is high praise from other players that our defensive backs are playing against him. DJ Reader, another one. People really don't understand how good 8 is, man. No way they can be changing the same football games I'm watching. They can be watching the same football games I'm watching.
No way they can.
It's impossible.
No way.
So just kind of cool to see there. RG3 as well. Every quarterback needy team deciding not to pursue Lamar Jackson is wild. But every quarterback needing team deciding to not even reach out to talk to him before making that decision is flabbergasting. This goes back to your point. 8 is special, and he deserves that money. Okay, over to the NBA. This is from Shams on Twitter about the Kings after clinching. Sacramento Kings have clinched a spot in the 2023 NBA playoffs, snapping the longest postseason drought, 16 years, of any U.S. major professional sports team. We'll give it up for the Kings.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Seeing this video on Twitter.
That fucking crowd?
Of that crowd.
Jeez.
Dude, that is
Who wants to go in
loud.
there? Right now, it's the Warriors.
Loud.
I mean, if there's any team that could deal with that crowd, I would be saying it's the Dubs. But Jesus fucking Christ,
dude, good for the Kings. Yeah. I mean, look, this goes.
Sabonis was in trade hell not too long ago. No one wanted Sabonis.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And now him and Fox are the duo that's leading them to the 3. I mean, hey now, be careful.
You got
Keegan Murray broke the rookie. Keegan Murray broke the rookie record in threes with 188 threes right now. Broke down Mish's record. That team's moving, man.
You got Vet HB down there too.
Yes, sir.
Thing, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be fun to watch them in the playoffs. It was kind of like the Knicks last year at MSG when they got back in, and it was a loud atmosphere. Kevin Huerter doing his thing, and this goes back to the point, back to the trade. Nobody wanted Sabonis. The Kings were the guys that took all those guys in. Huerter from Atlanta comes in. You get Sabonis on the Pacers as well, and then now they're like this workhorse that actually has a chance to bring people down, especially being in that building. And like you said, if they draw the Warriors, bro.
They draw the Warriors, or if they, I mean, people are saying the Lakers. I mean, it's not a bad matchup watch for the Warriors or the Lakers. The Lakers can sneak in there right now. I mean, then the play-in, but I think they're a game behind the Warriors or a game and a half, so things can happen. But I don't like that. That's not who I'm trying to play round one. We're at that point now. We have made our bed. We have to lay in it, so we do have to ask for the matches we could see. But god damn, that is just fucking tough. So it's either, we go play Sacktown or we play the play-in game and we go play who? Memphis? And I don't want to play 7 games versus Memphis.
Right.
I just don't. Like, that series last year versus the Warriors was hell. Even with the jaw stuff and the injury and all that series was hell. I don't know, man. But going into Sacktown is going to be a difficult task. I do. There are inexperienced and all that stuff, but I don't know, man. I would hate to go with that shit. That building sounded absolutely. It sounded like bro. I don't know. That building sounded like they pump air in there and make those people sound louder or something.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard some shit like that, bro. That was some different shit, bro.
Yeah, well,
that was some different shit.
I can't wait to be watching one of those games just to hear that crowd. I'll tell you that. Let's head to more NBA stuff with LeBron James and especially Austin Reeves and what he did with Patrick Beverly backing up LeBron James. He got him back. Did the too small right back at Pat Bev for what he did to LeBron. LeBron, after the game, said to some reporters about the too small gesture from AR that his quote was that AR always got my back, always, even though he loved Kobe back in the day more than me. I forgive him. So that's
why I fuck with the Lakers team though. Like, although they're in that bad position. Okay. Is that Judge? Oh, that's leg one. That's leg one.
Sorry, guys. So what you guys just witnessed live was an Aaron Judge home run.
That's leg one of the parlay.
And that was leg one of the parlay. Oh my God, 422 feet. 109.3 miles an hour off the bat, and the Yankee Stadium is absolutely rocking. Yankees up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Sorry, that was actually crazy. You guys got to see that live. We are betting and watching the games at the same time while also doing a show. We're multitasking. If you haven't put that together. Back to the regular scheduled programming. We do love this Lakers team as well.
Nah, you can tell like. I don't know if you really pay attention to them on Instagram, but their IG and like their comments, they're all commenting each other's pictures. They love each other. The addition of D'Lo was gigantic. Rui's been playing extremely well. AR-15's been the 6th man of the year of the second half. I think they probably will give it to Quickly, in my opinion. But, I mean, Austin Reeves is just as deserving in the second half. He's been incredible. And obviously getting Bron back. AD, my fault, AD. First of all, best of his career rebounds, best of his career field goal percentage. I believe best of his career finishing around the rim, I believe. But I mean, he's having an unbelievable year. I think in the second half of the season, the Lakers are #1 in defensive rating as well, and that's anchored by AD. I mean, everything's kind of going right for them right now. Getting Bron back, the team chemistry's there. I think they're about the happiest they've been in LA in a long time. It would be nice for them to go into Sacramento and try to take them down, but I just
they're Lakers sitting in the.
I just hate obviously LeBron injury doesn't help. It's fucking LeBron James, but I feel so bad and I hate they put themselves in these positions year after year because if they are in a good position, if they are in that 1, 2, 3 seed, I mean they are probably to make a run. I'm not sure about going into Sacktown. I hate to play in and going to play Memphis. I hate both scenarios for them.
Well, they hold the 8th seed right now and they're half game back from the Timberwolves. They have a chance where they could go catch the Warriors at 6.
Yep, and play Sacktown, right?
And even the Clippers. It's really tight. You have the Pelicans and the Lakers tied at 38 and 38, and then both of them are half game back from the Timberwolves, who are then a game back from the Warriors, who are then a game back from the Clippers. So everything's going to be tight. Versus down the other side of on the East in their 7 through 10. It's like 2 games. You got 2 guys, Raptors and the Hawks that are tied, and then they're a game and a half out of the Heat. So going to be fun down the stretch. Are we still a fan of the play-ins?
Yeah, they're cool.
Because I know we had this debate. What was that like? I guess that was
good entertainment. I'd hate if my team was down there, but it's great entertainment.
Yeah, right. Because that's you lose and you're fucking.
You guys aren't too far away from being down there.
Everybody fucking relax. Everybody just fucking relax. Big win against the Heat last night, I'll tell you that. Let's keep it with Austin Reeves, though. And this is more offensive rating stats here that I'm hyped to hear your thoughts on. Tweet from Drew Hanlon, who was quoting a tweet about Austin Reeves and offensive rating stats. He says, when Austin Reeves and JaVale McGee are statistically better offensive players than Kobe and Shaq, offensive rating is yet another flawed analytic. Can we stop making up formulas? And he's quoting a tweet that was with this offensive rating stats that said, okay, so I was going through the Lakers' career leaders in various metrics in the wake of the Pau Gasol news. And I stumbled across the fact that Austin Reeves is statistically the greatest offensive player in Lakers history. Now I'm going to read you the top 4. Number 1 in offensive rating in Lakers history is Austin Reeves, followed by Magic Johnson at 2, JaVale McGee at 3, and Anthony Davis at 4. Why do we care about this stat? Why? I
wish I had the answer for why we care, but we care a lot because the last 7 MVPs have been the league leader in PER. And my take, and it's funny because it's so annoying, for the last, I think 3 weeks it was, Joel Embiid overtook and was the favorite to win MVP. And just recently, in the game that Joel Embiid sat out, Nuggets versus Sixers, I think Jokic became the favorite again because he was leading in PER again. Before that, Joel Embiid was leading in PER, so he was the favorite. You see where I'm getting at here. Why the fuck are we going off of this? Obviously, we can look at the last 7 league leaders in PER. Okay. It can be factual, I guess, but I think you can make plenty of arguments for the last 7 of guys who came second and third or whatever, based off of PER or whatever, especially 7 years ago. It was 7 years ago, 2016. That's when Harden wasn't winning fucking MVP and shit. Right. So we can definitely make an argument, I feel like. I just don't, I don't like it. I understand there's more numbers and more shit we can go off of and this and that, and it's good for the teams, it's good info and all this. Yes, and yes. But I think it's costing a lot of people awards, and it could be causing some people to get overpaid. I don't think Austin Reeves is going to get overpaid because of analytics. I think he deserves the money he's going to get, me personally. But for some other people, it could be happening, and I don't know. I'm just not the biggest fan. Maybe because it's screwing my guy over. Maybe if Joel Embiid was winning MVPs because of advanced stats, maybe I'd be a fan. But I just can't stand that shit, bro.
Well, we're looking at Reeves, who could be potentially looking at an $80 million contract, and I mean,
we've seen guys get $100 million that are worse than Austin Reeves, so I'm all right with that.
If we're looking at statistics like that, then
not even statistics like that. If we're just watching the game, I've seen guys get $100 million that are worse. I'm okay with that.
He said, "I'm okay with that."
I'm okay with that.
Keeping it with the NBA, some more drama with Dylan Brooks if he hasn't had enough with Draymond Green this season. Russell Westbrook started running his mouth last night, which was fucking hilarious.
I love it.
You're trash. You're trash.
I think that's it's just kind of like setting the scene and adding the juice for this NBA playoffs. And a lot of these teams really don't. I mean, you got the Clippers, a lot of dogs out there, Russ out there, some shit talk, obviously, with him always. We know what the Memphis Grizzlies are. I mean, any series with Sacramento, I assume with that crowd and how hype it's going to be, it's just going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be chippy West playoffs. I'm looking forward to that shit. Even with the Warriors, with Draymond, we saw with last night with them and the Pelicans. Like the Pelicans always talk their shit, play a rough ball. We got even round one, even the play in round 1 possibly could be Lakers and Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves don't play no bullshit either. I like how it could go down with our chippiness in the West playoffs.
And let's also not forget too, you have the Mavs and the Jazz, who are a game and a half out of that final spot too. I mean, this would be crazy to talk about if the Mavs were to miss the playoffs, not having Luka Doncic in the playoffs.
Kyrie just had a quote that it's like a clusterfuck down there. Yeah. I mean, and we saw what Lucas said a couple weeks ago, was it last week, about how he's just not having a great time. Just fucking, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he said, I like to win. Like I agreed with it.
We should just get more players that can rebound, and we should just fill these defensive holes. We obviously just bring it in Kyrie. Although Kyrie's Kyrie, he adds to the offense and obviously adds to the team. It did make their deficiencies a lot more glaring.
Might not have been the best thing for the locker room to say, but
I think Kyrie's good for the locker room. I think Kyrie's been fine down there. I think he's been great vibes down there. I think he's been good for Luka too, especially for what he's going through right now. I just think giving up the pieces they gave up to get Kyrie, and their deficiencies were already in the deficiencies that they had were already in the players they gave up. So getting Kyrie is not fixing those, and it's going to make it even more glaring. I think that's their problem. I think they can fix it in the offseason, but this year it might be chalked.
I just love seeing what the media was doing with it. Trying to clown Luka for saying that, hey, when we lose, I'm upset. When we win, I want to win because I'm happier when we win. Yeah. What the fuck is wrong in saying that?
They're having a rough year. They're just in the Western Conference Finals. I
don't
think anyone would be happy.
I think they'll be able to squeak in. I mean, the Thunder are literally a game ahead of them. So if they can just get back here.
Hooping now.
I know. West playoffs is going to be crazy. Let's kick it over now. What the fuck was... Oh, yeah, I do want to touch on the Final Four for a little bit here. How about this, man? I mean, so obviously we have FAU and SDSU. Really good to see both of those teams in the Final Four. I really did kind of wish it worked out where, like, UConn got to play one of them, and then Miami got to play one of them, so then we could see, like, UConn and Miami in the final.
Facts.
That's just me. I know, like, there's people out there who would be like, oh, well,
I like this better. I like seeing one of those other teams in the Final Four.
And in the chip, exactly. And then we basically are going to get a natty chip game out of UConn and Miami, which is going to be super exciting. Line opened up for UConn at -5.5. They're the night game, by the way, at 8:49 on Saturday. And we have SDSU as 2-point favorites. And let's not forget, after FAU beat Kansas State, you have Coach come in the locker room and said, you guys were our, toughest opponent all year. And obviously he wasn't just saying that just because they played him in the tournament. Like, out of everybody, they fucking played all year. Mm-hmm. And then he had said to them in the locker room, just stick together, enjoy this moment, but stick together, and nobody will beat you guys. And, like, hearing that from another coach, a team that you just knocked out of Kansas State, talking to FAU, if I'm those players, I'm fired the fuck up.
Facts.
He could have just said, back to my locker room, I'm going to go calm my guys down, kind of console them when they're down and upset, not going to the Final Four. I mean, this game's going to be crazy, too. Everybody's been talking about the defense that San Diego State's been playing in this tournament.
I've pretty much taken San Diego State every single round. And I think this round it changes. I'm taking FAU 100%. San Diego State, the defense they've been playing has been absolutely incredible. But Bradley, their leading scorer, hasn't been having the best March Madness offensively wise. And they don't score a lot of points, period. But I think FAU can match up with them as far as defensive wise. Perfectly fine. I think FAU is great defensively. And I think they're more apt to score points on San Diego State than San Diego State is to score on FAU. I think FAU is the play here. I don't know how they're underdogs. I understand the seeding and all that shit, but I think that's a fucking mistake. I think FAU is going to the chip, and I think if it pans out the way I think it's going to pan out, we can get to the next game. My brain says UConn. My brain says UConn's going to find a way to cover or just win this game, but something about that Miami and just the guard play and how they build their team, I hate it. I did not like Miami at all. I think they've lost 2 games since February. Someone can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure they've lost 2 games since February 1st. Before that, they've lost to teams like Georgia Tech. I think they might have lost to someone like Louisville. I just did not like Miami before that. But what this obviously shout out to Isaiah Wong.
Bro.
They've lost 2 games in February.
It was Duke at the end of the year, their very last game, and then Florida State beat them 85-84
in the tournament.
And that was February 25th.
So hats off. I can't say anything to dispute what they're doing. Isaiah Wong's playing incredible basketball. They're getting guys back. They're healthy. I'm hard pressed to fade Miami. And every single round, I promise you, every single round, including the first round, every single round I faded Miami, and every single round I've been wrong. And my brain's saying UConn. If I'm listening right now, I'm placing Miami plus 5.5 and taking the money line because I'm saying UConn.
Speaking of being wrong, I need to go back on the things that I had said last week when we were discussing what our Final Four picture would look like with the Elite Eight that we saw. And I had said, high on Alabama, high on Houston. Those are the 2 teams that, in my opinion, was they were going to be the 2 teams in the Final Four. I'm like, out of all the other games, we had, Texas was in there, Miami. We weren't even talking about them. Said we can confidently say that out of these games, Alabama and Houston will be 2 that are going. You can
confidently say.
I was, yeah. Did I say we?
Yeah.
The fuck. And then, yeah, because you were the one that was grinding me up because you said Alabama, they're gonna lose. And then I remember my direct quote was like, they're coming off back-to-back games of 20-point wins, and you're like, who the fuck cares? So, and I'm dead wrong. And it is crazy to not see any 1 seeds, not see a 2 seed, not see a 3 seed in the Final Four. We have a 4, a 5, a 5, and a 9. 2 teams that haven't even been in the Final Four ever. I don't know what... This is why we call it March, but...
It's been a great March Madness.
It's been a great March
Madness.
Madness.
But I do have to pose the question, what do you like better, March Madness or the NBA playoffs?
God damn, that is a really good question. So the difference, because you'll get you'll get guys that are, you know, huge NBA fans and favor the NBA, or you get huge college guys that favor March Madness. It's really tough. Like, I feel like I have to say March Madness, to be honest. But it's really hard because, like, I'm a Knicks fan. So, like, you can understand why I would say March Madness. Haven't really been able to see the Knicks in the playoffs. But now, you know, last year got them in the playoffs. This year most likely will be in the playoffs. So, like, I want to say NBA playoffs. I think pre-Knicks playoffs, I was March Madness just because it's so fun to watch those types of games. But then, you know, now I'm on NBA. But for you, like, you're fucking been watching the Sixers kill it.
I mean, it doesn't even have anything to do with the Sixers or not, bro. The Sixers had to make the playoffs for like 10 years.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
I'm like, choosing NBA playoffs all day, every day. College basketball is
pun intended, by the way.
College basketball is way more watchable throughout the season, like regular season, to most people, even to me, to some extent.
I was going to say, you're a big college guy in the beginning, like regular season.
I do love NBA, but NBA playoffs, I think nothing touches. I don't think college basketball can touch NBA playoffs. Just the best players in the world, the best coaches in the world, going head-to-head hard for 7 games, schemes. There's storylines within the series, game within the game. Like,
I'll contest that though a little bit.
I don't think March Madness can even.
I'll contest that a little bit with how hard these guys are playing in the bro. I'm watching fucking Tuesday. I'm watching the NIT, Wisconsin and North Texas. Watching like those guys who, no disrespect, but like they're not getting a lot of attention on this game. It's the fucking not in tournament. They're
not that good.
They're balling the fuck out.
They're nice. No, they're nice. No, they're nice. They're nice. They're nice. They're nice.
And they're competitive ass games. And North Texas ended up coming back and winning that game, which fucking was terrible because I had Wisconsin money line. But like you can see how hard those guys are playing. I think the competitiveness, especially in March, with obviously the NIT, we saw Hofstra beat Rutgers for God's sakes, and then you know with March Madness as well, the competitiveness of that level is 100% there.
The competitiveness is there for sure, but we also saw Luka walk down the Suns in 6 games in the fucking Western Conference semifinals, talking shit, getting chippy, talking shit on social media. It's not hard for me at all, bro. It's not.
Like I feel.
Give me watching KD and Book versus Luka and Kyrie in a 7 game.
Yeah, facts. You want to see that? I guess you're right there. I guess
every single fucking time. No offense to FAU and San Diego State, but I would have 100% watched fucking Bucks and goddamn, I guess Bucks and South. Yeah, I mean that's obvious. But I was gonna say like Bucks and Heat. I would watch that 10 times out of 10 more than FAU and San Diego State. I'm sorry.
It's just also not take some. Let's not take some credit away from how great this women's tournament has been and how fun that's been to watch. Man,
Clark is a problem. A lot of problems in college basketball though. I mean, women's college basketball. Women's college basketball is sick too. Got to tip our cap.
And we saw too. I mean, I saw this tweet from front office.
They had people. There was like it was like a viral thread on Twitter about like who the GOAT women's college basketball player was, and I'm like, this is just dope for women's college basketball. Period. Like whoever the GOAT is, like fuck it, just getting people talking. I saw like 1 million people looked at it or some shit like that. Like,
we had Miami beating Nova.
Yep.
Miami went on a run this year.
Yep.
And South Carolina's just unstoppable.
Yeah, they're probably gonna win the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, as they should. Been fun for that too. I saw this tweet on front office sports saying like, you know, the next 2 weeks of sports is going to be crazy because we have opening day today, obviously, and then we have women's Final Four, women's championship, men's Final Four on Saturday, Natty Chip on Monday, and then
Masters
next Sunday, fucking final round of the Masters. Let me read you this, by the way. 2 years ago, in back-to-back years, it's related to the Masters, but these 2 tournaments didn't. Jordan Spieth in 2022 on Easter Sunday won some tournament. I forget what it was called. In 2021, on Easter Sunday, he won some tournament. 2023, on Easter Sunday, is the final round of the Masters. I'm a fucking huge narrative guy. So Jordan Spieth will be my winner for the Masters.
I'll take him as well. I'm riding my horse. We just came second. Me and Cam Young. That was almost an incredible cash.
Yeah, can we talk about that?
I was almost an incredible
So
cash.
I had Scotty Scheffler when he went down the first 3 holes. I got him live when he went down to Sam Burns in the first 3 holes. And then he wins 5 out of the next 6 holes. Goes up to a 2-hole lead. Drops it late. Then we get to the fucking second playoff hole. Burns makes a mistake leading up to the green. Scotty Scheffler puts it closer than close. Then what happens? We have basically it's probably outside 4 feet. And Burns is now on his hands and his knees or he's squatting with his head in his hands because he thinks the world number one is not going to miss this putt. I just fucked up, and he's going to the chip against maybe Rory, but it didn't end up being Rory. And what does he do? He fucking misses it. Right. And then the next playoff hole, Burns makes a goddamn missile of a putt to send him to the chip and won the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, he got hot and it was just unbelievable because Cam Young was up early too in that chip. So I mean, tip my cap. I mean, I got all I can ask out for a plus 3,100 riding into a play.
Oh yeah, and you called it too. And I thought it was so funny too.
No, I wasn't even pissed. It was just cool. It was just cool when Cam Young was up one early. I just kind of felt it in my body, like, damn, I might actually get this motherfucker. But
I saw this tweet. It was like a bunch of like crying emojis, and it was like NBC thinking that they're gonna get a Rory Scotty final, and it changes from that.
I would have took Scotty.
Well, and I would have too. And the funny part too is like, you know, we were looking at possibly seeing Rory and Scotty, and both of them didn't get into the final. So it's like, if I'm them, really, we have to go play another 18, fuck
the consolation.
Like they want to be done. They showed the statistic of all of the walking that they did, and it was like all of them had played over 82 or more holes. This is before the 18 was finished and including the playoff holes. But when at the time that they showed the graphic on the screen, they were maybe through 12 or 13 holes and of the first round of the day. And it showed they were all four of those guys were over 82 or more holes played and over 19 miles walked. So the question that the announcers were asking the sideline reporter is like, you know, what's the biggest thing as a former caddy? You know, what's the biggest thing you got to worry about with these players? It's like, fatigue. Well, they're so locked in that, you know, sometimes they forget to eat a snack. They forget to get their water in. They forget to get their electrolytes in. So like that's the biggest thing for us. They got like they're so locked in and playing. They also got to be hydrated. They also had to make sure, you know, they're eating and they're something that has protein in it, so they're able to keep going with all the walking that they're doing. And then they're like, well, you know, as a caddy, like, you know, what would you guys do? And he's like, not really much. Like, you know, it's all on us. Like, you know, we're trying to worry so much about the players. We just got to get our water in. Fair. I thought that was crazy too, because that's something that I don't know, like, you know, maybe like the average, you know, golf watcher wouldn't understand of the amount of holes, the amount of walking that tournament is. And then on the final round,
fucking caddy is
final Sunday, bro. You got to do fucking 36 after you just did, you know, over 90 holes played. You got to do another 18. Give me a break. So
tip my cap.
Tip my cap. Crazy stuff there. Especially, you know, we are leading into as we kind of wrap everything up today, leading into a great weekend. Obviously, baseball is back. The Final Four is here. Can we do predictions here for Final Four? Who's going to the chip?
Oh, I said FAU UConn.
FAU UConn.
If you're listening, take Miami because I've been wrong every round. So like FAU UConn, but take Miami. I'm so serious.
I'm going UConn, and I'm going
take Miami, bro. Okay, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I've been wrong every single time I've taken the other team. So you can take UConn at your own discretion.
Well, you know, it's funny. I had Texas on fucking on Sunday.
So did I. Everyone take UConn at your own discretion. That's all I'm saying.
And I do have to give credit here, but one last thing. So Eamon actually told me before the season, when we were filling out the brackets and before the March Madness, he was like, you know, who are your pickets? And I was like, you know, I got like Duke. I had Arizona, sadly, Houston, Bama. I didn't have Bama. I think I maybe had UCLA. I'm not sure. And he was like, I was like, you know, who's your sleeper? Like, do you have a sleeper? And he was like, bro, UConn's winning the whole thing.
I think, did we talk about it on here? I want to say we talked about it on here, or I said it to someone. I was like, yeah, I think UConn's going to win the chip this year. I was like, before the season started, they were just nasty, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Big Final Four coming up. Masters next week. Can't wait for a Masters show next week. Maybe we'll get a call in. I'm hoping we can get a call in from some person that might be at Augusta. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, maybe not.
No, I'm not.
All right. Well, someone's going to be in Augusta that we know, so I'll try to get him as a call in. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Big Masters show coming up next week and opening day, of course. Enjoy your weekend. If you have been listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us those ratings. They do help us a long way. And if you did watch this podcast on YouTube, you know what to do. Drop a like and a comment below. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you are not already following us on our social media accounts, you need to do so. Our Twitter at ADED Podcast, our Instagram at ADED Pod, and our TikTok, which is simply the name of the show. You've been listening to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. My name is Alex Jacobs. This is the third time I fucked this up. My name is Alex Jacobs. You can call me All Day AJ. I'm trying to focus on this Yankees game. Give me a break. We'll see you guys in a bit.